WLWT Channel 5, Cincinnati's 24-hour news channel. This is News 5 with Betsy Ross, Jim Watkins, and Tony Mann with weather. Now live from Crosley Square, News 5 Midday.
Good afternoon, I'm Betsy Ross, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon.
I'm Jim Watkins. Here are some of the stories we're following for you today.
A 19-year-old who has admitted to setting a fire that killed 5 children last January has his day in court.
An early morning auto accident in northern Kentucky has left 3 men hospitalized.
And it's back to school for UC students. However, a threatening strike could hamper that return.
Plus, we're going to tell you why some folks are learning the art of CPR for their animals. We'll have all that and more in just a few minutes, but first...
A little bit of chilly weather around here.
Did you go outside today?
Oh, yeah.
You've been outside this morning.
Need that coat?
Oh, you were just talking about the first day of school just getting back. That means fall's around the corner. Well, I think it got here.
Oh, and outside, it's not sweater weather, it is coat weather, my friend.
I tell you, it's a little bit on the chilly side. We have a chill factor that we've been dealing with all morning and again today. Let's take a look and see what our statistics are in downtown Cincinnati now. Sunny, cool, 54 degrees the temperature downtown, with the chill at 35 degrees, my friends. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be breezy, it's going to be brisk, I'd say. High temperature today, 65.
Okay, Tony.
Okay, thanks, Tony. In the news now today, jury selection is underway now in the trial of a 19-year-old accused of setting a fire that killed 5 children this past winter. William Garner is facing aggravated murder charges in a fire at an English Woods townhouse last January. Police say Garner admitted setting the fire, allegedly to cover up a burglary. 5 children died in that fire, the youngest 8 years old. Prosecutors say they will ask for the death penalty. At the same time, testimony continues today in the trial of a Fort Thomas police officer charged in this deadly accident more than a year ago. A police cruiser driven by Officer John Cook collided with another car driven by Gail Powell. She died in that crash. Cook had said he was on a burglary run at the time, but an FBI specialist says there are no indications Cook was using his lights or sirens at the time of that accident.
3 men are hospitalized at this hour after an early morning car accident in northern Kentucky. All those injured were in one car which slammed into a tree on Sleepy Hollow Road in Fort Wright. Happened about 3 a.m. The driver was uninjured thanks to an airbag. 3 others, though, were transported by air care to University Hospital. 25-year-old Charles Faddis is now in fair condition. The other 2 men are in serious condition, but their names have not yet been released.
Well, turning to politics now, it looks as if the next scheduled presidential debate will not happen. The Commission on Presidential Debates was waiting to hear from both candidates by noon today in order to schedule a debate next Tuesday in Louisville. Well, the Clinton campaign has accepted the Commission's proposal for a debate with a single moderator. However, the Bush campaign is insisting that a panel of reporters do the questioning. Well, President Bush has vetoed legislation that would have guaranteed up to 12 weeks a year of unpaid leave for family emergencies. Mr. Bush says it would have hurt businesses. But while campaigning in Michigan, Bill Clinton blasted the veto action. He says it is a betrayal of the family values theme the Republicans have been pushing.
The South is getting lots of attention today from the presidential candidates. President Bush spent the morning in Greensboro, North Carolina, while the Democratic running mates are on another bus tour. This is just a day-long mini tour which is going through Georgia. Los Angeles Mayor Tom Bradley may be calling it quits soon. Bradley has scheduled a news conference for tomorrow afternoon, and many political insiders say the 73-year-old mayor will announce that he's not running for his 6th term. Bradley's current term has been plagued by the drastic downturn in Southern California's economy and the riots which followed the Rodney King verdict.
Well, you may have seen him at many sporting events. The man with the religious slogans and the funny rainbow wig now faces some serious charges. Police say Rollins Stewart, also known as Rainbow Head, stormed an L.A. hotel and took a maid hostage yesterday, saying he had weapons and bombs. For 9 hours, Stewart barricaded himself and his hostage in a 7th-floor room until finally the SWAT team moved in and arrested him. The maid was not injured in the incident. Police say they think Stewart had been smoking marijuana before he started the standoff. A Toledo 7th grader is lucky to be alive today after she was struck by a car and pinned underneath it for several minutes. 12-year-old Casmira Trimble was getting off her school bus after school when the car slammed into her and dragged her 30 feet. Rescue workers had to be extremely careful in freeing the girl because the slightest mistake would have severed her leg. Emergency crews finally raised the car with wooden blocks and took Casmira to a nearby hospital.
Wow. Police in Texas say a late-night party may have led to a deadly explosion at a petroleum tank farm. One person was killed yesterday when an oil tank blew up at this Chevron storage facility. 4 others were injured in the blast, one of them critically. Police think the explosion was set off when a teenager who'd been at a party looked inside one of the tanks and then struck a match. One of the most tried and true rules of medical science, what constitutes a normal body temperature, might not be so true after all. A new study out today shows that normal body temperature isn't necessarily 98.6 degrees. A University of Maryland report suggests that temperatures in healthy people can range from 96 to over 100 degrees. The 98.6 mark has been regarded as normal since the 19th century.
Well, it was back to school for thousands of students in the tri-state this morning. The University of Cincinnati opened its doors for the 173rd year. Some 35,000 students are enrolled at the campus this year. Some of the students we talked with were more than happy to get back to the books.
It's pretty neat. It's hard to find your classes, but coming early helps walk around and just really get to know people.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. You know, 3 months at home with my parents is enough, so I'm ready to get out of here too.
Well, in a related story, about 250 members of the Office Workers Union rallied yesterday to protest their stalled contract talks. And the workers say if no settlement is reached, they will go on strike on Monday.
More problems for a new Chrysler car that the company is counting upon heavily this year. For the second time in a month, the Chrysler Corporation has found a potentially serious problem with its LH sedans. Chrysler says the new problem could cause a piston rod to break apart, which would, of course, immediately stop the engine. 1,600 cars are being checked out, none of which have yet been sold. Last month, Chrysler recalled the first 4,000 LH models to fix a potential steering problem. Well, before you buy any new car, maybe you should check this out. The latest fad in road travel, look at these babies, called Glow Riders. I saw one of those the other day. They're self-installed neon light kits. Look like black lights, too, don't they? They go underneath your car to give that, UFO effect. You can buy extra neon units, if you so desire, to fit inside your car, and wait, there's more. Some even pulse to the beat of your favorite music. The neon lights cost about $350, and of course they come in all sorts of disgusting colors. What do you think, Betsy? You like that?
What happens when you hit a mud puddle and then get them all dirty? What happens when they break? Then you have to replace them.
I think if you cared enough about your car to put those lights on, you wouldn't go through a mud puddle.
You're probably right.
Yeesh.
Still to come on Midday, we'll tell you about a lawsuit filed against the proposed downtown arts center.
And we'll tell you why some folks are taking part in a unique animal life-saving program. Please stay with us. Another effort is underway to stop the proposed $92 million Ohio Arts Center in downtown Cincinnati. Lawyers for the group opposing the center filed suit today to stop the city from transferring title for the downtown site to the state of Ohio. The suit argues that the transfer can't take place without citizens getting a chance to vote on the center in a referendum. Opponents of the center are trying to get the question on the November 3rd ballot.
Well, animal lovers in Florida are taking part in a unique course at the Red Cross. That course teaches pet owners how to perform cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR as we know it. NBC's Denise Jackhouse tells us pet owners are learning that technique because it could make a life or death difference.
This isn't a real dog. It's a 20-pound mannequin that will be the focus of a new CPR course for pet owners. There are only 2 of these CPR dogs in use across the country at Red Cross centers.
There has been tremendous interest around the country. There has been national coverage on the